What kind of influences in wrestling did you have growing up?
Oh, well, I mean, just as a kid growing up, I loved it, breathed it. It's the only thing I wanted to do. People would ask me, like, hey, kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? I'm like, oh, professional wrestler. They kind of like, okay, I think it's just some fantasy thing, like wanting to be a superhero or something. I was like, no, I'm serious. I want to be a professional wrestler. And everyone thought it would just, phase with time, but it didn't. And I didn't really have a whole lot of inspirations and like who I'd really follow until I got a little older, but definitely the first person that really stuck out to me was Shawn Michaels.
Heartbreak Kid. Do you remember like the very first event that you watched as a kid, saying that's what I want to do when I grow up?
Well, the very first time I ever saw it, I was 5 years old, and we were in Orlando. My mom went over to visit a friend that was in town, and he happened to be watching pro wrestling, and I'd never seen it before, and I was like, oh, what's this? And ever since then, I was hooked. And it was about 5th grade. I don't think there was a specific match, but I mean, I was just watching Raw consistently, and I was like, you know what? This is what I want to do. I was like, I don't want to do anything else. I'm not going to be happy going anywhere else. Like, go get a degree in college, have a good job, and be successful. I'm not going to be happy. It's like, this is what I want to do. And that really inspired me too with Shawn Michaels, because he said, at age of 12, same thing. He's like, this is all I wanted to do. So I think that kind of helped me really, like him more, just because we both had the same aspirations about the same age.
Now, were you able to watch any other wrestling from across the country? I know, I'm in the same boat you are, being on the West Coast, that we pretty much were only seeing WWE type television, but did you ever see any old NWA or, WCW later on, but anything else from any of the other territories?
While I was watching WWF at that time, I was watching WCW, and there was a few different smaller promotions that are on here and there, like when I go to my grandma's and she had satellite, but nothing that I knew what it was. So I was pretty much just WWF and WCW market until later on in high school.
Did you play any sports or anything in high school?
In high school, no. At that time, I was even more destined to be a wrestler, and I did, of course, though it's shunned upon, a lot of backyard wrestling, and skateboarding was a passion of mine too. But I didn't want to dedicate any more of my time to any other sports, because I didn't have the passion or love for it, and I just felt like all I wanted to do was wrestling, so I just put everything I could towards wrestling.